So we'll start in mountain pose. Thanks for being here. So as you prepare for your practice, just come to a nice tall standing position near the top of your mat. Just take a few moments here just to get reacquainted with breath. So you might start with a few deep breaths. Nice full inhale, followed by a slow and controlled exhale, letting it go. And try that again, a nice full breath in, filling up your lungs. And your exhale. Good. Just for now, just continue with slow, steady breaths as you continue to arrive. Be more present and connected. And move inward. So feel free to perhaps close your eyes or even just gaze downward at the floor with softer eyes. And just feel your breath. Experience your breath moving through you. And as you're establishing this connection, let's just bring a little bit more awareness to breath. As you inhale, just feel breath rising to fill your lungs. In a slow and controlled exhale, drawing your navel inward towards your spine as you establish the abdominal lock. Just a light pull, doesn't have to be too strong. Get a nice inhale, feel the lengthening in your spine, filling up your lungs. Exhale, draw navel inward, that light contraction of your abdominal muscles. And a few more times like this. Our practice today will focus on shoulder strength and balance. And like always, move in the way that you need to move. Modify any poses or sequences. Even choose poses that your body would appreciate, even if it's different from what I'm demonstrating. Let's take 3 slow breaths here. Using these breaths to generate energy in your body and preparing your body to move. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead, a nice stretch, reach all the way up. And exhale will fold forward, so a good hinge from your hips, bend your knees as much as you need to as you make your way down towards your toes. And inhale, slide your hands up to your shins, your knees, and extend your spine, a long flat back. And exhale, fold again. We'll just hold here for several breaths. So if it feels okay, just go ahead and hang heavily forward, allowing gravity to draw you downward. But if you need to modify this posture, you might just walk your hands up to your shins or knees so you don't have to fold all the way down. And wherever you are, again, just noticing sensations in your body, perhaps that lengthening or stretch sensation in your legs, even down through your spine. Check in with your shoulders, since we're working with shoulders a bit today. Maybe you're circling your shoulders, circle them backward and forward, and even that stirring sensation with the arms. Let's return to a halfway lift. So shift your weight back into your heels a little bit, bend your knees. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins, and just hold here for a moment, and just feel the lengthening in your spine. You might even feel the energy in your legs, activating to hold you steady in this posture. Let's continue the standing process, a little bit more leaning sensation into the heels, bend your knees more, lifting your heart, arms out to the side as you inhale and reach up into the sky, extended mountain pose. In the exhale, you can bring your palms together and down to your heart, or even bring your arms down to your side. Let's just hold for a moment. We're gonna go right into our Sun Salute Series A. So when you're ready, inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, a good hinge from hips Soften your knees, guide your way down. Inhale, let's rise up halfway, long, flat back. Now in this exhale, bend your knees, getting low enough so you can place your hands on your mat and walk, step, or even hop both feet back until you're in plank pose. Just hold for a moment. Starting to feel the energy and strength in your shoulders and continued length in the body. Let's breathe in. And exhale, bend your knees a little, send your hips up into the air. This is our shortcut to downward facing dog. You might need to adjust your feet, even your hands on your mat, just to establish a good connection, good balance, and stability in your pose. We'll hold here, but you can always rest by coming down to child's pose if you need to. While you're here, you can just hold and breathe and just be with the pose or add movement. So you might pedal your feet like you're walking or pedaling a bicycle, just to get into your toes and notice the soles of your feet, your heels, and of course your calves, your knees, and up the legs, even into your hips. Moving from here, we'll take a nice full breath in, filling up your lungs. Exhale, draw belly in, and bend your knees so you can walk, step, or hop both feet, return to the top of the mat. You'll be in forward fold. Inhale, lengthening through your spine, that long extension of the back body. Exhale, refold. And a quick weight shift into your heels. Bend your knees. Let's extend the arms out to the side as we grow tall. Inhale, reach into the air. This exhale will take chair pose, Utkatasana, like you're sitting back into the seat. Take a breath in, more extension out through your arms, then exhale, dive out of your seat, back down towards toes, forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend your knees more, plant your hands into the ground, walk, step, or hop your feet back, plank pose. Again, holding for strength and energy. You can take that same shortcut to downward facing dog right here, or if you'd like, with your next exhale, bend your elbows, squeeze them in towards your ribs to lower your way down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Find a back bend with your inhale. This could be an upward facing dog or cobra pose. And exhale, tuck toes under, lifting your knees and send your hips right up into the air. Adjusting feet and hands. Let's continue. Inhale, extend right leg into the air, reaching back. Exhale, let's step through right foot to the top of the mat, setting up for warrior one. Nice. Once you've landed here, let's turn left heel to the floor behind you. Ensure some good pressure back there so you have light hands so you can inhale, rise up to warrior one. Let's hold warrior one for a moment. So a nice extension, reaching high. Nice lunge. Arms can be straight. Yeah, you can bend your elbows. That's fine. Even feel like you're kind of opening up. You might even, if you bend your elbows, you can pull the arms back a little bit just to open up through the chest. If they are bent, let's inhale, shoot the arms up. Exhale, let's go ahead and open this to a warrior two. Good. Yeah, adjust your feet so you have good balance. Again, more stability here. Nice. Outstretched arms, tall body. And then side angle pose, reaching out to angle the upper half of your body. Rotate the arms. Right hand reaching downward. Left hand can reach into the air. You can modify this too. So you might be touching the floor. But you don't have to touch the floor with the right hand. You can always come up much higher if you need to. Your right arm could even rest lightly on the thigh. Stay here, but bring your left hand down behind you. Even just rest it on your low back, or even your left hip, or if you can reach all the way around your body from behind to touch the right hip or thigh, you can try that. Just getting the arm behind you. A couple breaths. Now an inhale to re-extend, left arm up into the air. Exhale, we'll turn and fold, bring your hands down to the floor. Let's step back into plank pose. Let's hold here, going to add something here. Just set your right knee onto the floor directly underneath the hip like this. You're going to swing this right foot off to the right side, just creating a kickstand for balance. Who's going to reopen up to the left side of the room into a side plank pose variation. That's it, good. Nice opening. Yeah, you can certainly add things to this to this pose. One thing might be lifting the left foot if you want. Even bending the knee and reaching back and grab hold of the left foot. These are just options. Okay, we're coming out of the pose, so breathe in first. Exhale to return to the earth with the left hand. We'll bring the left knee to the floor. Bring your right foot back in, that kickstand, and you'll be in this tabletop position. Cat-cow. So inhale, lift head and heart, a little arching of the back. That's our cow pose, it's a back bend. Exhale, round it out into cat. And just do that 2 more times. Just flowing, moving with breath. Nice undulation of the spine, that rocking of the pelvis. After 3 breaths in total, just return to downward facing dog. You'll just tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips into the air. Here's our down dog. So same sequence, other side. Inhale, extend left leg up and back. Nice extension. Exhale, stepping left foot to the top of the mat here. Good. Once landed, perfect. Right heel to the floor. Be sure to shift your weight back into that foot so you have balance on the feet, but light hands. That's it. Rise up and hold here, warrior 1. Same thing. You might have the arms straight up. Nice lunge. You can also bend elbows. Even pull the arms back slightly. Even feel a light stretch across the chest. Let's inhale, re-extend the arms straight up. Exhale, open here to a warrior 2. Again, adjusting feet underneath you. Energy in the arms. Certainly building endurance strength in the shoulders, just keeping the arms up like this. And then side angle pose, reaching out, rotate the arms. Again, staying high or low in the pose, just depending on how it feels for you on this side. Your hips, your back, your legs, good. Wherever you are in the pose, be sure there's breath that is supporting you. Stay in the posture. Just bring your right arm or hand down behind you, perhaps to your low back, or around the body to left hip, or even to right hip. Just want to feel like the shoulder is behind your heart. So heart is opening just to the side of the room. And ready to move from here. And inhale, re-extend, right arm up. Exhale, turn and fold, hands to the floor. Step back into plank pose. Hold for a moment as the body realigns. Let's do the side plank on the other side. So left knee comes to the floor directly underneath the hip for good leverage. Swing that left foot out to the side for a kickstand, and then opening up sideways. Perfect. Even with the right foot staying on the floor, we're building some more strength and endurance in this left shoulder. That's helping to support the body. Of course, there's the options of picking up the right foot, even bending the knee and grabbing hold of the right foot for a little back bend. That's it. And then ready to move from the pose. We'll start with the breath in. Exhale, return to the floor, right hand, right knee. Bring the kickstand back in. Maybe 3 breaths here, cat and cow. It's a nice opening of the heart. Round it out. Flowing at your own breath pace. After those 3 breaths, another pause in our tabletop and a return to downward facing dog. Just tuck toes under, lifting knees and send the hips into the air like they're just floating into the air. We'll return to standing. So a nice full breath in. Exhale, walk, step or hop both feet up to the top of the mat. Stay on your feet. Inhale, extending through the spine. Exhale, fold. Weight shift into your heels. Soft knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Let's grow tall, reaching into the air. We're going to keep this moving. On the exhale, you're going to bring your arms down slowly and then reach back behind you as if you're reaching for the back corners of your mat. Just reach with strong, straight, energetic arms and hands. Just hold that for a moment. Same expression here of opening up through the heart. The shoulders are behind the heart. Yeah. You can stay here, or if you can, or we just want to try it out, interlace your fingers here. You can just send your knuckles down towards the floor. Again, roll shoulders back, even squeeze shoulder blades together behind you as you're able. A little softness in the knees, even tip the chin up just a little bit, not too high. Don't need to strain the neck or constrict your breath. Just a slight lift of the chin. Again, just creating a little bit more space through the heart. All right. Let's just bend the knees, release the fingers, straighten the legs, straighten the arms up into the air.
And just bring the arms down by your side. Let's go right into a balancing pose here. Even shake out the arms if you need to. All right, just a tree pose, so setting this up. Starting in mountain pose, so soft knees. We'll start shifting weight into right foot when you're ready. Root into the floor, strong connection. Your inhale to help lengthen spine, fill up the lungs. Exhale, draw belly in, that's your core strength. And just pick up the left foot, even flex the foot here. Just hold here for a second. I'm gonna swing the knee out to the side or even corner of the room, then the side if you wanna go that far. And just placing the foot, on the inside of your standing leg. It could be high or low or even lower if you need to. Once you're there, wherever you are, you're gonna inhale, extend your arms straight up. Just like our warrior one, they can stay straight, maybe out like a V, or even bend elbows. Oh, let's add something here. Let's keep the arms really reaching up high. Swing this left knee forward, lifting the knee, flexed foot. See if you can stay there. Bring your arms down. Reach back, either stay here with the arms back behind you or interlace fingers. Find something to focus on out in front of you. It could be the baseboard on the floor. Here, we're extending this leg, just pushing the heel. It can be down low like this. Reach through. Okay, I'm just gonna set that foot down. Let's free up the hands, arms, and shake it out, okay? All right, getting set up for the other side. Mountain pose balanced on 2 feet, soft knees, start shifting weight into left foot, strong energetic leg, lengthen spine as you inhale, fill up the lungs, exhale core connection, float this right foot up. There's our parallel to the floor action, then swing out just to a natural location, and then placing foot on the inside of your standing leg, high, medium, or low. Then your inhale to extend your arms up into the sky. So there's that lengthening process, reaching high, rooted into the earth. Again, arms can stay straight or even bent here, focusing forward, even downward, finding something that has texture or color. Let's keep the arms as they are. Swing your right knee forward, lifting knee, flexed foot. We're gonna bring the arms down. Take your time. Arms behind you. Just reach, or if you can, interlace fingers. We're gonna extend this right leg. Just push through the heel. It can be low. Doesn't have to be high at all. Just a little push. Okay, let's lower this foot to the floor. Let's release the fingers, but keep it flowing. We're just gonna release. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, swan dive. Here we go. Inhale, monkey pose, long, flat back. Exhale, fold and bend, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank pose. Come down if you'd like, Chaturanga Dandasana. You still have the option of moving right away to down dog, or modify that Chaturanga by bringing knees to the floor first, then chest, up dog or cobra. Let's meet together in downward facing dog. Once in down dog, inhale, extend right leg into the air. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Warrior one, left heel to the floor behind you. Find your center and balance. Float your way up. Opening to warrior two. Stay right there. You're going to straighten the right leg. Feel tall as that leg straightens. You want to feel like that's continued movement up through the torso, and the torso is lifting. Okay? Making a little space so we can move into triangle. So reach out over the right leg, rotate here, so moving into triangle pose. Yeah, that's it. Nice. You do want to have space in that belt line there, so you can tip over laterally like this. So feeling this nice leg extension. Couple more breaths. To come out of this pose, bend the right knee, a nice lunge. So we have leverage to come back up through a warrior two. Reverse your warrior, taking right hand up into the air. It could be straight up, maybe even slightly behind you if that feels okay. Just some opening, some lengthening down through the whole right side of your body. Just a couple breaths. We're going to come back to warrior two. Okay, extend out through the arms, just getting more strength and energy in these shoulders. Let's straighten the right leg again. Okay, spin the whole leg and foot towards the left side of the room. I just call this a star shape. Yeah, adjust your feet so they're nicely aligned underneath you. We're going to inhale, reach out more with the straight arms, feel tall up top. Exhale, draw belly in, bend your knees, and then fold. So just a wide-legged forward fold. As you're able, fingers come to the floor. Then inhale, rise up to fingertips to re-extend your spine, lengthening there. Exhale, let's refold. So we'll just hold here as you get into this nice wide-legged forward fold. Experiencing these sensations that might be a little different from doing a forward fold when the legs are together.
Couple more breaths. We certainly will be returning to this pose. You're going to rise up to fingertips, re-extend your spine. You're going to hold here. Nice lengthening through the torso. From here, just shift your weight back into your heels so your toes can easily tap. Bend your knees a lot and just drop your hips like you're going to sit down, like a little squat here. This may allow you to lift your hands and arms and extend them out to the side like airplane wings. Reach out. Strong legs to help you stand. Return to that star shape right there. Good. Let's spin the right foot forward, lunge into warrior two. Reversing the warrior one more time, reaching up into the sky, but flowing through this into our windmill all the way around and down to the floor in front. We'll step back, plank pose, finishing the sequence as you'd like. A shortcut to down dog, or go through the full vinyasa or a modified version to make your way to downward facing dog. We'll do the same sequence on the left side, starting with an inhale to extend left leg up. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat, setting up for warrior one. Right heel plants into the earth. Find your center, rise up, yeah? Opening to your warrior two, let's arrive in the pose. Let's prepare for triangle, so we're straightening the left leg. Remember, as you're straightening the leg, it's like an energy rising up the leg, past the belt line, through the rib cage, to lift you up, and then reaching out over that left leg. Tip it over into your triangle pose. Breath. Nice openings, good extensions here. Here we go. We're going to bend the left knee, creating a good lunge as a leverage to come back up and through warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Left hand reaching into the air, opening up through the left side of the body. Nice extension. Let's return to warrior two. So a lot of good side work and hip work. Okay, let's re-extend the left leg, straighten the left leg, turn the left foot so it's facing the same direction as the right foot. There's our star shape. Adjust your feet. Okay, inhale, reach out, feel tall. Exhale, pull belly in, bend your knees quite a bit, and fold. Same thing as we did on the other side. Fingertips all the way down, or hands all the way down, lower the head. Inhale, rise up to fingertips, extending the spine like you're moving forward. Exhale, refold. Just getting a little deeper, or even just a little bit more in tuned or connected to this pose or the sensations within the posture. Yeah, change it up, play with it. You might take the feet a little wider if that feels good. Add some twists or lunges, anything that might be fun or playful. Deep breaths, wherever you are. Two more breaths. When you're ready, return to fingertips. Inhale, rise up, lengthening through the spine. Hold here as we exhale. Shifting your weight into your heels, toes are light. Bend your knees, drop the hips, that squat. Extend your arms out to the side, airplane wings. Strong legs. Stand up tall, star shape right there. Let's turn left foot forward, lunging into warrior two. Again, yes, reverse your warrior, just a flow, reaching up, maybe back, big windmill all the way around and down to the floor in front. Step back, plank pose, finish your sequence. Skip things, add things, meeting in downward facing. Take a couple breaths in downward facing dog. Why don't we take a seat? So you can kneel down to take a seat or hop forward across your legs and take a seat. If you're just kneeling down, you might sit back briefly in hero, sit to the side, bring the legs around to the front. Choose any seated posture. You can straighten the legs, cross your legs, bound angle, whatever you want to do right here as I demonstrate this next little section. Okay, eventually we'll come back to plank pose. We did the modified side plank here, okay, with the knee on the floor. You can always return to this. Okay, the next version, however, will be straight legs if you want to go here. Stacked legs or staggered feet like that. We'll hold here for just a couple breaths. Again, more shoulder strength, balance. From here, we're going to pick up this left leg in this case, bend the knees, turn the knee up, but just set the toes down behind you. Okay, there. Just to add a little bit more. It just gives you a little bit more support and a little bit of a lift. Maybe a little back bend, okay, or a side bend. You can even kind of turn towards the ceiling like this. Okay. From here, you're just going to sit. You'll end up kind of facing the back of the room for a moment. Here, bring the hands behind you. I'm just going to have the fingertips point away from my body and just do a version of reverse plank. We're going to use this foot to help us lift. You can do this with straight legs if you want, or keep this one leg bent to help you with that leverage to lift like that. Again, getting into the shoulders, opening up through the chest, lift your hips. We'll take a seat. You'll kind of be off on the side like this, okay, on your mat. That's on purpose, because we're going to try to do this. Okay, I'm going to have you roll over onto your belly into up dog, okay, and then downward facing dog. So that's our sequence there. All right, so from your seated position, let's come to boat pose. I should have had you hold boat pose for that entire time. Next time I will, I promise. Hold here for 30 minutes. Okay. Again, just adding a little bit more strength, energies. A lot of our balance certainly comes from our core center. Okay, let's try this out. Breathing in, lift, exhale, cross legs, hands in front or even to the side. Just get the legs back behind you. Plank pose. So let's try that new segment here. So plank pose. Right side plank. So right hand stays on the floor. You're opening up to the left side of the room. You can always place the right knee onto the floor. But in the moment, you'll have the support of the left foot. So you can just lift the left foot, bring it behind you, or bend the knee, turn the knee upward, and just set the toes on the floor behind you. So you have some leverage to lift. Create a little bit more of that side bend, incorporate a little bit of that opening up towards the sky, and then just sit. You'll be facing the back of the room. Just sit, okay? Bring both hands behind you, fingertips pointing away from the body, using that left foot again as leverage. Lift to a reverse plank pose. So the right leg is straight, left knee is bent, just to lift. Awareness of how this might feel in the shoulders and chest. That's it. We're taking another seat. Just sit down. You're probably on the left edge of your mat. Okay, roll to your right onto your belly. Press up into cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. May need to adjust yourself on your mat a little bit. That's fine. And then here, just slowly shifting weight or forward to return to plank pose. We can do the other side. Slowly shift to plank. Left side plank. Just opening up here. Sideways. We're picking up the right foot, bend the knee, turn the knee up. Let's set the toes down behind you, a little bit more leverage and support. Staying sideways. Add that little arc in the body. Even turn towards the ceiling a little bit. That too will get into the shoulder. Okay. And then just sit, facing the back of the room. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight. Right, hands are behind you, fingers pointing away. Reverse plank with the variation, using that right foot to help you lift. Then we're sitting, rolling to your left onto your belly, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop. Both feet return to the top of the mat. You'll stay on your feet here. Inhale, monkey pose. That's our flat back. Exhale, fold. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, come up. Reach high, exhale, arms down to your side. So you can shake all that out, okay? So shoulder strength, a lot of shoulder strength with that segment. Let's see. I think we can just try this together. We'll do this together. This is a new section here. So follow me. So inhale, reaching both arms up. Exhale, bring arms down behind you, interlace fingers. Root down through the knuckles, straight arms, roll shoulders back, squeeze shoulder blades together. Let's soften the knees just a little bit. Let's put weight into the right foot. Nice connection there. Core connection, pull belly in. We're picking up the left foot. Thighs perhaps parallel to the floor. We're going to do that same kick, pushing through the heel. All right. Because we've done this already, we're going to add something here. We're going to bend this left knee again. Bend the right knee, but I'm going to tipping back, extending the left leg back, setting the toes down here. So we just end up in this lunge. Go ahead and plant or turn that left heel to the floor. And as you're doing so, let's straighten the right leg. So pull back, okay? And we're going to fold over that right leg. It might just be parallel to the floor, and that's really as far as you may need to go here. So all the while, fingers are still folded behind us, kind of a variation of pyramid pose. We're going to bend the right knee, release the fingers, shoot the arms forward, rise up to a warrior one, open warrior two. Good, revert. So let's straighten the right leg here. Let's go return to a triangle pose. Triangle pose. Right leg is straight. Good extension. Let's bend the right knee. Return to the warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Reaching into the sky. We're going to flow through this windmill all the way around down to the floor in front. Stay like this in this lunge. I'll call it a runner's lunge. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. This is more of our runner's lunge. We're going to step forward with the left foot. So return to a forward fold. Here, inhale, long spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's reverse the swan dive, coming all the way up, ready for the other side. Reaching into the sky. Exhale, arms down behind you. Interlace fingers. If you can, root down. Shoulders back, squeeze shoulder blades together. Soft knees, putting weight into your left foot now. Core connection. Here comes the balance. We're picking up the right foot, flex the foot, so we have some energy there. Kick or extend the leg, pushing through the heel. Okay, we're going to bend the knee. Okay, kind of hinge forward. Making balance as we extend the right leg back, set the toes down. We're in this lunge. Okay, let's get that whole foot onto the floor behind us. Straighten the left leg, extending through the torso so we can fold over that left leg. We're bending the left knee now. Release the fingers, shoot the arms forward so you can rise to a warrior one. Open warrior two. Adjust your feet, yes. So you can arrive in the pose. Straighten the left leg. Triangle pose, reaching out, tip it over. More extensions, more openings.
Coming out of the pose, bend your left knee, nice lunge for leverage. Pass through warrior two, reverse your warrior, left hand reaching into the air, just making this flow. We're in a windmill. Bring the arms around and down, hands to the floor. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. There's our runner's lunge. Push to step forward, right foot to the top of the mat next to the other, forward fold. Long spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Coming up, reaching into the sky. Exhale, just arms down to your side to finish. Okay? That's how the sequence is going to start. I'm just going to add just a little piece to this. Just watch, okay? So the arms will go up, back down behind us, interlace fingers, soft knees, putting weight in my right foot in this case. We are still going to do all this. Lift, kick, okay? All that. So this we're working balance. So I'm going to bend the knee, kick, and see if we can suspend this for a moment. Okay, suspend in this balance before we set the toes down. Okay, and we'll flow here. We'll be in that, that's going to be a warrior one. We are going to plant that heel behind us. But lift up here, straighten the legs so we can go right into triangle. From triangle, we're going to lift back up so the leg will stay straight instead of the lunge and come back up. Using this core strength to come right back up with that straight leg so we're ready for our star shape. Okay? I was choreographing in my living room today. Yeah. All right, together, mountain pose. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the sky. Exhale, arms down, behind, interlace fingers. Root down, shoulders back, open heart. Soft knees, weight shift into the right foot, root. Okay, nice and strong core connection. We're picking up the left foot. Bent knee, maybe thighs parallel to the floor. Extend, push through the heel. First balance. Second balance, bend the knee, hinge, kick back, suspend. Could even take that to a warrior three if you wanted to go deeper. We're just going to set those toes down behind us. Okay. Release fingers, pivot left heel to the floor, swing the arms out and up. You'll be in warrior one, but then shoot straight up to straighten this front leg, open, prepped for triangle, take triangle, yes? So straight right leg, tip it over. You've got it. Keeping this front leg straight as best as you can. Hinge your way back up, nice and tall. Turn right foot and leg. So we're in that star shape, yes? Breathe in, reach out, get tall. Exhale, pull belly in, bend your knees, and fold. Yes. Bending the knees just protects your back as you fold, coming all the way down. Inhale, rise to fingertips, extend spine. Exhale, refold. We're just going to hold here for about 3 breaths, so take advantage. You've been here before. You can certainly take a wider stance. We're going to add on. We're doing 4 versions of this wide-legged forward fold. This is the first one. We're going to rise back up to fingertips, extending the spine. Hold. Weight shift into the heels. Bend your knees, lower your hips. For that squat, extend your arms out, airplane wings. Rise back up, star shape. We're going to stay here. We're going to do the second version. Okay, you're going to inhale, reach out with the arms. Exhale, bring hands to hips. You want to feel as if you're pushing your hips down. So there's a little action there of pushing the pelvis down as you still feel tall. Inhale, just tip the chin up a little bit, not too far. Exhale, pull belly in, bend your knees, fold, and see if you can maintain a lengthened spine. Okay? When you're about halfway down, and actually you can stop right there, but this will be a place where you can use your hands and feel like you're moving or pushing your hips to the wall behind you to maintain that length. You can certainly fold deeper if that feels okay. Okay, wherever you are, lengthening, long torso, that's it, flat back. Okay, at parallel or even lower than parallel. Strong legs, your knees can be bent. Here we go, we're gonna inhale and hinge our way back up. Exhale, extend the arms out to the side, back to our star shape. Turn right foot forward, lunge into warrior 2, reverse your warrior. Right hand reaching into the sky. Big stretch, windmill, all the way around and down to the floor in front. Hands to the floor, step back, plank pose. We're going to add that new part, right side plank, right hand on the floor, opening up sideways. Stacked or staggered feet.
Okay, we're picking up the left foot. We're setting that foot down behind us so you can push and continue lifting up in this side plank variation. That's it. You'll take a seat. You'll end up facing the back of the room. Both hands behind you. Reverse plank pose, but use that left foot to help you lift. You can even try extending both legs and try that. Sit back down, roll over onto your belly. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop. Both feet up to the top of the mat. Stay on your feet. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come all the way up, ready for the other side. Exhale, arms down behind you. Interlace fingers. Root down towards the floor. Shoulders roll back. Opened heart. Soft knees. Shifting weight into left foot. Feel that security there. Strong leg. We're picking up the right foot, flexed foot, breath. Let's extend, push through the heel. If you want to try to lift it higher, that's fine, but down here is perfect. Okay, this is our first balance, ready for the second balance. Bend the knee, we're hinging, suspending here. Even all the way into a warrior 3 if you want to take it there. We're setting the toes down on the floor behind us. Pivot right heel to the floor, release fingers, reach forward, rise up, you'll be in warrior 1. Shoot up, straightening the legs, open to prep for triangle. Take triangle, reaching out. All right, keeping the left leg as straight as possible. If you need to bend it, that's fine. Coming back up to our prep for triangle, but turn left foot forward. So we're in our star shape here. All right, third variation of this forward fold. Listen, we're gonna inhale, reach out. Exhale, bring arms down behind you. You're just gonna interlace your fingers again. Root down through the knuckles, shoulders back, roll shoulders back, squeezing shoulder blades together. Tip chin up just a little bit. Inhale, nice. Exhale, bend your knees, core control, fold. If you can, keep back straight, but if it needs to round, that's fine too. Long torso, even if it's slightly bent, good bend in the knees, a little squat, might even give you a little bit more support. All right, we're gonna come right back up, so an inhale to hinge our way back up. With the exhale, release the fingers and take the arms back out to the side, star shape. Fourth version. Inhale, reach out with the arms. Exhale, bring hands to hips once again. Okay, this is going to change, so listen carefully. Inhale, tip chin up just a little bit. Exhale, pull belly in, bend your knees, and start to fold, but go really slowly because you're going to release the hips, free up your hands, re-extend your arms out to the side. Make peace fingers. Can you see me? Make peace fingers with the fingers. Fold, lift your toes so you can hook the peace fingers around the big toes. If you can't reach your toes, just hold on to the backs of the legs. Whatever you're holding on to, inhale, re-extend the spine, lengthening. Then exhale, fold. So our fourth version of this posture. Two more breaths. After the second breath, just free up your hands, just fingertips on the floor underneath you. Rise to fingertips, re-extend the spine, inhale. This should be familiar. Hold here on the exhale, shifting weight into the heels, bend your knees, lower your hips into the squat. Airplane, wing your arms. Stand tall, star shape. Good, turn left foot forward, lunge into warrior 2, reverse your warrior. Reaching left hand into the air. Good, windmill all the way around and down to the floor in front. Step back, plank pose. Okay, new part. Okay, left side plank, opening up to the right side of the room. Nice openings, yes. Picking up the right foot, bend the knee turns towards ceiling, just so you can set the toes or the foot down behind you for a little bit more leverage. Yeah, so you can lift, kind of get this little back bendy effect. Reaching overhead, perhaps. And then take a seat. You'll be facing the back of the room. Hands behind you, straight legs, or keep one leg bent for your reverse plank. Or both knees bent. You can do more of like a tabletop. Good, opening up through the chest, feel this in the shoulders. Take a seat. Roll over onto your belly. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. All right, shoulder stand. I have some versions of this. You can hop forward, cross legs, take a seat, roll down onto your back. You can keep rolling and take legs and hips up into the air and meet me here. Or just roll onto your back, keep back flat on the floor, and just extend your legs. If you happen to have a block, you can even set the feet onto the floor, lift your hips and slide a block underneath you, and then extend your legs. So some variations of this inverted pose. Okay, so just basically a shoulder stand. Your hands can remain at your hips or belt line, where you're just kind of sitting in your hands. That's a nice way to support the body without any strain, hopefully, in the neck and shoulders. But you can also walk your hands more towards the center of your back, freeing up the pelvis, allowing you to go straight up and down. It might put a little bit more pressure in the neck, so be aware of that since we're not using a blanket to help support the upper body there. So just check in with how this feels. You can always modify, you can always come out of the pose. Another option, it is just an option, you can take this to plow pose, bringing the legs and feet down behind you. You can even bend the knees and keep them bent as you bring the legs down behind you. Or try it with straight legs. Toes might touch the floor, another option, but they don't have to touch the floor. A couple more breaths. Softening the pose a little bit, but making sure you're well supported because you're going to roll out of this pose and come up to seated. Just roll and just come to seated for a second. Just stay here. Because we're going to go into fish, but let's do it this way. Just watch. I'm just going to bring my elbows to the floor, perhaps kind of a right angle here in the arms, so you're mostly propped up. Okay, long legs, pointed toes, and you don't want to sink here. We're going to try to lift up through chest and arch the back. Okay, so we're really activating upper back and kind of the shoulders there too, rather than bringing the head rather than being here. Okay, this is how we typically do it. Arms are straight on the floor. We're here. Okay, in this case, we're just going to stay pretty propped up on the elbows. Okay, so let's go ahead and take your lounging position. Just practicing for summer. Okay. Okay. Long legs, pointed toes. If you feel like you're sinking up here, okay, just push into the floor with the elbows, lifting chest, arch the back a little bit, and just look straight up. You can even take the head back a little bit more, again, being aware if you're straining your neck or constricting the breath. As you root into the floor with the elbows and forearms, feel that upper back engage. This also brings energy to the shoulders, so be mindful. 2 more breaths. Good. And we'll soften. We are going to carefully come down onto the back. And we just lie down with knees bent, feet on the floor. A lot of activation, so here, let everything soften. From here, if you haven't done so already, you can just bring the knees into your body, hug them in, add some more movement, breath, check in with your ankles and feet and toes. Add a hip opener here, and this could be any variation of a hip opener that you like. It could be happy baby pose, reclining cobbler's pose, even reclining pigeon or eye of the needle pose. It's the same posture.
So whatever you might need for your hips. Feel free to continue with your hip openers. If you want to switch things up, you can add a twist. It might just be a spinal twist, taking both bent knees perhaps to one side as your upper body, and that opposite arm extends in the opposite direction. You might do a windshield wiper twist, where lying on your back, knees bent, feet wide on the mat, and then twist to one side then the other. Just creates a slightly different sensation in the hips and legs. Continue with these movements. And since we did a lot of work with shoulders, here's just an option of what you can do with your arms. What you might do is, I'm just going to take my right arm straight up into the air, but then across my body towards the left side of the room. Use my left arm to kind of hook that arm and just draw it in close to get a little bit of a stretch. So any variation of a stretch for your arms and shoulders, you might want to add that. So the legs, you can kind of decide what you want to do with the legs. At the moment, my knees are bent, feet flat on the floor. You can certainly extend your legs or come to a cobbler's pose as you're working the upper body as needed. And of course, whenever you feel complete with all of your movements, make your way to Shavasana or any other restorative pose, something that would bring you comfort. You feel relaxed, you can ease your body and your mind for the remaining minutes of the practice. You can certainly continue moving as it feels good, but then eventually come to stillness. And again, that might be lying down. You can even roll onto one side of your body if that feels more comfortable today, or even rise to seated. No need to move just yet. Just stay here with your breath. Stay connected to breath just in case your mind began to wander. No worries, just acknowledge and then return to the present moment. Just take a breath and settle back in. Once again, return to the awareness of your breath. This time, with this acknowledgement of the breath, take 5 slow, deep breaths. Intentional breathing. And that intention is to bring new energy to the body. A deeper awareness of your entire being. Acknowledging your practice. Preparing your body to move. Feel the subtle movements of the body and then more obvious movements of the body. And then as you're ready to move, take your time, move as slowly as you can. Roll onto one side of your body into a nurturing pose. Even hold here for a breath or two. And continue with this slow movement as you guide your way up to a seated posture. Sitting nice and tall. You can rest your arms by your side, hands can be in your lap, or even bring hands to heart center. And wherever you are, just taking one more full breath in, filling up your heart space, a complete exhale. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.